Kicks it out. Shumpert. Shumpert, count it, and one. Chance for a 4-point play. Iman Shumpert from downtown, their first three-pointer of this game.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, right there, the human highlight reel himself, whether it's from the Knicks to the Cavaliers to the Kings to the Rockets to the Brooklyn Nets. This man always provided passion on that court, Heather B. And now we seeing him for the past couple of years been providing passion on that MIC, from substance abuse to all the different tracks he's dropped in the process. I've been trying to get this man on the show I don't know how long.
We've been talking about it forever.
Yo, Heather, how long I said, I'll be on the air like, yo, Iman Shumpert just DM me. He want to come spit bars.
A good 3 years. Like a good 3.
3 years. 3 years. It took coronavirus to get this man on the show. Come on.
That's stupid.
Man, it took the virus, but we finally got him. The one and only Iman Shumpert is here. Big round of applause. Iman, welcome, King.
Hey.
Man, first of all, how you guys doing in quarantine? I'm sure you guys have one of the most creative families in the game. What are y'all doing to keep yourselves entertained?
Well, right now we keeping ourselves entertained. Junie, get them sisters. Junie got me building her and her cousin toy cars. Tiana ordered them a bunch of cars. They should have never gave Tiana Amazon account. She abuses it. And they ordered up every Nerf gun that ever exists. So we having Nerf wars and riding toy cars and all type of stuff. Anything to keep the kids to have a good time during this time, man. Just trying to stay inside our gate.
Yeah, man, I bet night.
Down the gate, out the gate.
There you go, lady. I hear you. Yo, sound like she got bars too.
Out the gate. Out the gate. Let's go out the gate.
How old is she now, Iman?
She's 4.
She's 4. Can I say hi to her?
Yes.
Can I say?
Yeah, of course. Hold on a second.
Okay. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing today? So what are you guys doing today? What are you doing today?
Driving down our cars off the hill out the gate.
I'm dying.
Okay.
Yo, kids are beautiful, man. They're beautiful.
Indeed.
You know, my daughter is
She using y'all right now trying to get out the gate.
out the gate, man. She like, you got her in prison. You putting her in the boxes that you you talk about on the Hello.
Look, here you go. There you go. Start there.
You see how I did that, Iman?
I like that. I like that.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Now, you know, I've been really going back and really going back and listening to your songs, and even songs that people didn't hear, and really analyzing who is this dude Iman Shumpert, because you know, when you first started MCing, it just seemed like, okay, we got another athlete. Or when we first found out you was MCing, it was like, okay, we got another athlete trying to pick up the mic. Man, how unsuccessful has that been? You know, but you know, but it turned, you know, just reading about your story, this is something that's been a plan of yours for a long time, it sounds like.
Yeah. With me, it was never like one without the other. I think people always like made it in their mind like you had to do your one thing. And I was always one of them kids that everybody was like, yeah, you got to have a backup plan. You got to be more well-rounded. You can't just, you know, think that everything's going to be a easy way out, do the basketball type of vibe. So I was like sharpening other pieces of me, you know what I'm saying, just in my spare time. And once I got to the league, it was like, you know, I could stop doing everything, but it was like I'm already doing that. Like, that's how I am. You know what I mean? Like, it just is what it is at this point.
But I see now more than ever, I think the NBA basketball player has been redefined for a few years, you know, in my opinion. It's just not one-dimensional. It's just not unilateral. As creative as people are on the court, they're creative in other ways. But the pressure is different when you're trying to break ground as an MC. People like me gonna make it harder on you than I would somebody who started off as an MC. I don't know why that is, but we tend to put basketball players or athletes who pick up the mic under a different kind of scrutiny. Have you felt that with the pressure?
I have. I've felt it, but I realize why it happened, and it's really my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an athlete, when you come out, like 9 times out of 10, you overthink it. You overthink how you coming out based upon, what is the NBA gonna think, or should I say this? No, I should water it down, or I should dumb it down, because I don't want them to look at me like this, or I don't want them to look at me like that. And once you start realizing, with being around more artists, which, you know, me having the advantage of being around my wife, like, I'm like, why would people gravitate toward my wife the way they do? And I started, like, watching, and it's because she has these moments of just, like, real is the only word I could use for it, where it's just, you just have a real moment that's like, I'm mad right now, so I'm going to be mad exactly the way I'm mad. Like, they don't do the media training thought process that comes with it. She doesn't think. She just sort of just lets it out. And people can get behind it and support it and say, you know, she's a real person. Like, this isn't a robot I'm dealing with. Like, you come out and you rapping, but you a robot and your image is super clean cut, how are people going to resonate with you? They like, dog, I'm not a robot. Like, I don't play ball and, like, have this clean, squeaky clean record, and nobody ever was mad at me, and all my songs are so positive and uplifting. Like, people don't all the time resonate with that, and it's like a lot of us that tried our hand at rapping as a collective, we didn't go through that. We didn't come up like that, like, and we didn't tell those stories because you're so nervous at the backlash. And it's like, what I'm realizing now is unedited myself has made people say, yo, I really would kick it with something. Like, I really sit down and go to this man mama house. Like, I want to go over there. Like, I just like how they get down. You know what I'm saying? Like, the more I opened up and the more I sat down to have interviews, and people got to pick my brain a little bit, it's like, oh, I could listen to his music because I like who he is as a person. And I think the more that's more the key element that I didn't have before. I just would drop songs. Like, I'd drop it, put the link up, like, yo, click my link. And then I'm gone. Click my link, man. You know, I'm DMing Miles, like, hey, man, post this for me. They post this, still don't do nothing. It's like, it wasn't no vision behind it. I didn't walk it. I didn't believe it. You know, you got to sort of believe it before anybody else believes it. And I didn't really sort of carry my music around like that. I still wanted to be like, oh, I don't want to be in public and everybody think I'm done playing basketball because I'm promoting this. And it was just overthinking it, you know, and doing way too much.
Yeah, that's interesting, Heather, because we were just talking about you in the NBA, right?
Yeah, I think it's, and what's up, Shump? Like, I just think it's crazy that we as the hip hop community did that, though, because when you sit and think about how damn near impossible it is to make it into the NBA, like, it's damn near impossible, and for you to be blessed enough to do that, and then when you decide, well, I'm an artist, I've been an artist all of this time, and put your music out and put it out and want to be free and unedited, that it's always been so critical. Like, people are just ready to attack. It's like, you got enough already. You in the NBA. Why you trying to rap too? Why you trying to come over here? But with all of that, have you ever been in the studio though with somebody with all that you have accomplished and then felt kind of nervous, like, damn, dude got bars though, I got to step my game up? Did you ever get that feeling though in the studio too?
Yeah, but I'm competitive though, so I'm like, that's good for me. I want to be around those type of people. Like, you know what's crazy? I want to actually talk about somebody in particular that happened.
Okay.
Was doing a song with K-Camp, right?
Wow.
And I'm gonna tell you this about both of them. Me and K-Camp got a track. Just a vibe track, you know what I'm saying? It was really just a vibe. We was going off a vibe. And, you know, we made it, which it'll come out later on. It's called Real One. It's me and K-Camp, but it's a dope vibe. I'm probably gonna have it on my second album when I finally do it. Because my first album is all me. There's no features on there but my daughter.
Okay.
But we were doing a song, and K-Camp, you know, everybody knows him for the vibe songs, like more of the vibe and, you know, sort of singing along, you know, carrying notes and stuff. But dude could really rap.
Yeah.
Like, and he was telling me, like, nah, I used to rap. Like, I just made songs. Like, I was able to make songs. But he like, if people want to get on this, like, I really like this type of time. And to see him go back and forth from dumbing down lines to make them universal to where anybody can listen to it and vibe out to it, and then hearing him get really lyrical with just knowing, like, oh, Iman, you want to rap? Okay, bet, let's rap. And he just completely transformed. That put me in one of them states where I was like, okay, I feel really challenged. I feel like my part's got to be really cool. You know, I feel like I got to write this verse really, really well. You know what I mean? Like, he's very. I think K-Camp is very underrated, especially his pen, but conceptually, the way he could come up with a song and do it when you first turn a song on. And then right after that, Don Q comes in and Don Q.
Shout out to Don Q too, yeah.
The cool thing about Don Q is he comes in and he changes the vibe and he puts me into this, like, I feel like anytime I get on the song with Don Q, I just feel like I'm automatically in the video. I got a hoodie on automatically.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that sound. It's that sound. Like, I feel like it's rugged. I want people with Tim's in the video, and we got a song together now, and that's another one it'll be a later on release. But yeah, being in the studio with them dudes and just seeing how they can transform in energy, it's rather intimidating. Like, to hop on a song with Don, because it's like he'll create a vibe that you like, damn, I want to stay on that vibe, but I want my verse to be mine. Like, I don't want to start damn near blending in with his flow. But it's like he creates a vibe that's so dope that you want to stay in that pocket with him.
He's infectious.
Challenging people to write around. Yeah, better.
That's dope.
Yeah. Iman Shumpert is on the line. The album, This Car Ain't Stolen, it's coming out this summer, correct? No?
Yes, sir. Well yeah, we trying to get it out. I wish we could do something more with this coronavirus going out.
Okay.
It's doing a lot, but so we can't give a date or nothing like that. Well, we wasn't rolling with a date anyway. We was just gonna, make it by summer, help the vibes along.
All right, Tracy G, I know you're a big Iman fan.
Yeah, Iman, you know what? I noticed on your profile, and you've had this for a while now, but the order, husband, father, champion, lyricist. I'm wondering if that's the order of how you prioritize your identity in life. I don't know if I'm looking too deep into it, but I just know if a lot of people being quarantined and being separated from their jobs, they're just looking at their lives in a more expansive way. And so I wanted you to touch on those 4 different sides of you and how you kind of put them in order.
I look at it as my wife sort of being a reflection of what I am. And I think that what she represents is something very organic, something very positive. And for her to say yes to me when I get on my knee, I think it says enough about me as a person, if that makes any sense, which is why I always led with that. And it's crazy because I always do it in order like that on purpose, because it's kind of like growing up, I always wanted to be my father, right? So to do that, I watched him be a husband and dedicate everything to his kids. Like, I watched him split time with jobs. I learned how to drive because the man was too tired on the way from working 2 jobs and trying to pick us up from basketball practice, school, all this stuff. So it's like knowing that blue collar come up and, trying to represent that on a day-to-day, and then having a daughter and being a father, and that just all the time keeping you in check. It doesn't give me a chance to really slip up and make the bad decisions and do this and do that. I sort of got to be prepared and put a lot of responsibility on my shoulders on a day-to-day. With basketball, what it's always been for me is about competition. I've never really been after a lot of things that I've seen other guys after. Like, I know a lot of guys that told themselves when they were a kid, like, they were going to be an all-star. Like, I don't share that with a lot of people. Like, I always told people I was going to win a championship because I saw Jordan and winning them in Chicago, and I'm like, damn, what'll really make a grown man cry like that, G? Like, I'm like, it can't feel that good, G. You know what I'm saying? But these grown men is crying. They crying and pouring champagne on themselves and hugging dumb tight the whole time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching it like that and chasing that, and that's all I wanted to have. So when I finally got it, I just felt like it was a dope stamp to be able to put that in my caption. And there's nothing nobody can say. You can hate on it. You can be mad about it. You can say, oh, y'all got traded. You can say whatever you want. You still got to say champion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can get off whatever you want. People be like, man, y'all got, but you wouldn't have, but if Tyree didn't, and I got, be like, hey, man, cool, champion. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The beginning and the end.
Yeah, people are giving you so many things, like so many reasons why if all this didn't go right, then y'all wouldn't have. But I'm like, but it did, and we won. So
there it is.
You know what I'm saying? It's just something that you can sit back and think about. Like, man, it's nothing nobody can say. It goes down in history. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was only 3-1 deficit. It goes down in history. And it's
okay, hey, bro. Okay, yo, you know I'm from Oakland. Stop doing that.
Always happening.
Yo, just stop talking about it, man. You know I'm from Oakland, man. I know what you're doing, Sean. Come on, man. Hey, look, I didn't even go down that road.
You got to heal, Sway. Heal.
Y'all got to repeat the feeling.
Come on, man. Stop doing that, Sean. Come on. I was trying to keep it lyrical. I didn't even ask you.
Y'all would have added that 7-footer, man, and this man that came and ruined what we had going on and try and go get another one.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about KD?
We had some good wars with them, man.
Yeah, it was really amazing. That was some of the best basketball we've seen in modern times when the Cavs and the Warriors would go up against each other. Matter of fact, now you done sparked up the Cavs fans. We got Tara from Cleveland on the line.
Hold on. Let me finish my question, though. And then lyrics.
Okay.
I always put lyricists because that's something that is forever. Like, with basketball, I always knew there was a clock on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially once I start getting hurt, like, it's a clock on it. Like, even now that, I'm in a free agent situation where, I'm waiting on a roster spot to open that, fits my situation. But if a couple years down the line, I have to say that, my body can't do it no more, then my body can't do it no more. With music, I literally could write for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else could sing it. I ain't even got to sing it. Facts. These days, Mars is taking songs anyway. So it's like, I might as well write them. You know what I'm saying? If the music don't work for me. And it's one of them things I always knew in the back of my mind I could monetize. So I always continue to sharpen that blade. And that's it.
And it's gotten more and more sharp over the past couple of years, the way you structure and write songs. I want to talk about some of those lyrics momentarily, but you done struck up some Cavs fans, right? I'm only going to take one Cavs call. The lines are lit up. All right, okay.
Sway heel.
Man, I can't. Tara's on the line in Cleveland. She's actually in Cleveland. Go ahead, Tara. How you doing?
What up, T?
Hey, y'all. Okay. What's up, Chomp?
What's happening, Mama?
I want to say thank you. If nobody else is telling you thank you, I want to say thank you for this championship because it was a collective team. I'm sorry, Sway. You just going to have to be in your little feelings today because I'm talking to my boy here. I want to say thank you so much for that championship. I don't care if it's 2016.
We love y'all,
bro,
too,
we still
man.
celebrating.
We love y'all.
We still celebrating. And I am so salty that you are gone. They could have took Tristan. They could have kept you. You should have.
It's cool, man. We got done what we were supposed to get done, man. Nobody.
Y'all wasn't supposed to be finished, though. Y'all still had 2 good more years in that. Y'all weren't supposed to be finished.
Oh no, for sure, but it It is, you know what I'm saying? The good thing for us, it ain't our job to make them tough calls, man. It's our job
I
to
know, and that's the
celebrate.
hardest part of y'all job, and I get it. But I'm a fan of yours. So
right,
I'm a support you.
Y'all make it easy for us, man. Keep
right.
sending that love, man. Y'all make it easy for us.
Yeah,
Shump and Tara, y'all don't realize the salt and hate being sprinkled all over this conversation. Sway salty right now. Sway, get over
it. Come on, man. Come on.
Right now.
Sway trying to cut her short.
Okay, I'm just saying, Tara. I know y'all ain't had a highlight since Shump and them left. So, but I see why you love them. You miss them. Okay.
See,
hey, Tara.
This is what I got to deal with.
You a citizen, though.
Sway the boy, the girl.
I'm always a citizen. I love y'all.
Love you too, man. Shump, I could make some calls to the Warriors if you need me to. Go ahead and get on that winning legacy, baby.
Look, here they go, man. It's already stolen. Coming soon.
Hey, so this is what I want to do real quick because we only got a few minutes, but we were talking about your lyricism, and I'm not sure if people are appreciating your lyricism. I once went on record and a couple years ago, and at that time, that's what I felt, that Dame Dollar was the best MC in the league. Not saying that you weren't dope or others weren't dope. That's just what I felt at that time. And I've been listening to more and more of your music and seeing how you've been evolved as an MC and your style. And I man, I don't even want to say who I think is best. I just think both of you guys are extremely talented, and you're out rapping dudes who are supposed to be professional round-the-clock rappers. I think you're right there with a lot of them now, and I want to do a lyrical breakdown with Iman Shumpert. Here we go.
I don't get it. What exactly don't you get?
Breaking down the lyrics you may not understand.
What the hell did you just say?
It's the Lyrical Breakdown.
I can break it down like whatever you want.
On Sway in the Morning.
There's a couple songs you put out, Seance, which is a really, really freaky song, but very, very... It's an ode to women, the way I took it, ode to a special woman in your life that brings out things through intimacy that only a woman can do. And it was really the premise is off the video that Tiana directed, is really influenced by the D'Angelo How Does It Feel video, right? Am I not mistaken?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that song in itself, Heather, if you haven't heard it, is one that you want to cook to. Now, I have a hard time. I can't sit and watch the video. I ain't gonna lie to you, because this dude is naked throughout the whole video, and it's just flexing and shit.
He motivating.
And I'm gonna tell you, Iman, it's not even because you naked. It's because I look at that video and then I go look at myself, and it's like, fuck, I got to get to work. But
get in the gym.
Got to get in the gym. But that confidence that you find now, because I know you've been naked before in videos with Tiana. But is that I'm not even gonna jump. I know you've spoken about that, but is that indicative of the confidence? Is that parallel to the confidence you find in yourself as an MC as well? Did they grow together?
We was honestly, this was a creative conversation me and Tiana was having, because I had flipped that you made me so. I had flipped that, and just on some freestyle stuff. I had been like waiting on a mix of another song, and while I was waiting on it, I just did something to that. And my wife was like, "Yo, I like when you do old songs like that. I'm a '90s kid and everything. I love when people flip old records. That's all I want to hear." And she was like, "You should redo How Does It Feel?" And I'm gonna shoot the video. And I was like, "Why?" She was like, "Cause if anybody could redo the video, you could do it. So I'm gonna make you look like a statue." I'm like, "All right." I wrote the verse. She heard it. She was like, "Yeah. Now get even nastier." I'm like, "Oh, here she go." Wrote another verse, and then they shot the video.
It's a great video, very artistic. And then looking at even her coming in at the end of the video.
The confidence of it is just like, if your wife's shooting it, you ain't tripping. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm just not tripping. If she's shooting it, I don't really care. I can't really make a mistake in this. It was her idea.
So how many videos now have you really showed your naked junk in?
Here he go.
Oh, gosh.
First of all, Joe, disclaimer, I did not.
Oh, okay.
But,
all right.
No, I'm saying it ain't on there. It ain't wild out in the video.
Nah,
I ain't. You know what I'm saying? I'm somewhat covered.
It's very artistic, though. I'll give you that.
But
I'm gonna move.
But it's like a confidence thing just with T. Like if it wasn't T doing it, I probably would be a little more uncomfortable in trying to be doing that. Like I'm more comfortable in a hoodie and trying to get a fit off. But you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm gonna end up having no shirt on at least. Like, I don't never really wear a shirt.
Yeah, I'm like that.
Sway.
I'm gonna jump to Hello. To me, Hello is a song that, as a black man growing up in America, even I was born and raised in the 70s and the 80s. You know, where Tiana's a 90s baby, you a 90s guy. But I find that the frequency that I grew up on, and then by the 80s when I was a young man, finding myself and reading books and being influenced by the Nation of Islam and the Malcolm X's and the Martin Luther Kings and the Adam Clayton Powells of the world, Frederick Douglasses, and doing all my research, I wanted more for my people. And in certain songs as an artist that I wrote when I was younger, expressed that this song, Hello, is so powerful and so current right now. This is, to me, this is a mentality to have, you know, even after the struggle that our people have gone through. And it's a futuristic mentality. Boxes, boundaries, ceilings, all of these things will no longer oppress us if we got the right attitude and we got the right foundation. Some of the lyrics you say on there, you know, I hear you saying things like, I own this, all of this. These themes, you know, was it important? Is this a motivational song? What inspired this song? And you're really, it's not that you're cocky, you're confident, you're aware, and you're present through these lyrics. What were you hoping to accomplish in this song?
I think just with hearing or with seeing everything that's going on in the world, I think that where us as an African-American community go wrong a lot of times is just not knowing information. Like, we're just ignorant to what's going on. And the problem with that is when we do get the information, minds will really hold it from each other like it's doing something for them. Like, what is it doing for you to hold that information, to hold that one thing that this person needs to know so that we all can move accordingly and actually make a difference? Like, people will really hide stuff from each other and not tell them, not put them on game. And it's just a separation of your own race. It's just keeping y'all all down. You know what I'm saying? There's the crab in the bucket mentality. Like, if I can't, then nobody can. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't understand it. And I felt like even though I don't understand it, me pointing it out ain't enough. What can I do? Like, okay, cool. I'm going to go do public speaking. I do public speaking to kids in high school, middle school. I usually try and get a group of young black men to try and give them, jewels on how to come up in this and understand what they can and can't do when an officer pull them over, when they turn 18, gun laws in their state, when, just teaching them how to be safe, how to still do the things that they love to do and do it all the right way. You know what I'm saying? How to get money and invest it, how to get money and grow it, how to get money, get employees, write things off, like how to move. And it's like people know these things but won't take the time to pass it along. So I was like, how could I make like a quick little blueprint song that'll sort of put people on game, just spark their mind a little bit, you know what I'm saying, from a young perspective? Because, yeah, you got Jay-Z rapping about it, but how many heads is that going over when he talking like a 40-year-old, you know what I'm saying, like 50-year-old, where it's like he knows so much. Like, if you wasn't listening to Jay the whole time, sometimes it's hard to follow, you know what I'm saying, for a young kid. And I'm like, how can I find ways to, you know what I'm saying, address a younger crowd but still get him game and bring him up to my speed?
Right.
And I felt like Hello was like that perfect balance.
And to that point, you say type ratchet, but I match all the vernacular, nigga. Finesse the fuck out of these taxes. I'm in this new bracket, you know, and that's information that once you reach a certain tax bracket, the system begins to work for you. It give you loopholes. It give you pockets where you can spend less on taxes and find ways to do investment. Another lyric you say, man, is, and I'm just gonna jump into it from the middle. I just need a breeze. I don't pray on my knees. I don't pray to a God. They tell us God is in me. So I just meditate to draw a blank. They will never see what I see. So who you don't pray to you don't get on your knees when, was that literal or you don't pray to a God?
Yeah, it was. I'm more spiritual now. Within like understanding the concept of to know self is to know God. To know God is to know self. Mm-hmm. Like when you really start breaking that down, and people say, you know, I'm God's child and God's son, you go through this breakdown and you start realizing within faith, you just, well, I don't like to get into religion because it just I know everybody got their own view on how this goes. Yeah. But for me, what I've found is the way this makes sense is when I'm praying and I'm doing this to somebody that never responds, I'm supposed to keep doing this blindly until my last day. And it's like, yo, that's literally just a North Star. It's just a North Star and a gamble, but it's enough to keep you waking up on a day-to-day. So what I start realizing is, I'm really just harnessing my own energy. Like, I'm really just channeling myself. I'm just channeling my best version of myself. Like, I'm talking to myself. Like, I'm not, in a sense, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm talking to myself. So I'm really hyping myself up and forgiving myself. And when I grasped that concept, I don't know, I was so intrigued by it. That was one of my favorite lines. Mm-hmm. I just felt like, I'm not talking to a God or praying to a God. So why would I do it from my knees? I'm not gonna do anything from my knees if I feel like I'm just channeling myself and I'm trying to get myself to my best self. You know what I'm saying? If I'm trying to walk as a God, then I'm really just trying to bring the best out of myself. I don't know. That was just my breakdown of it, and that's how it came about. But it's really helped me because I've said it a couple of times on other interviews. Like, I could lie to a lot of people, but it's really hard to lie to yourself. Mm-hmm. Like, that's really hard. I don't know how people do it, but that's really hard to sit there and lie to yourself.
You can't lie to yourself. You know, my mother used to say that. You can lie to everybody in the world, but you can never lie to yourself.
Can't lie to yourself.
Can't lie to yourself. Iman Shumpert, man, when this virus is over, you got to come up and step on that stage in the Valley of the Hyenas. I know you've been on a lot of other platforms, but that championship ain't legitimate until you come on Sway in the morning in the Valley of the Hyenas. You know that, right?
Hyenas! He went back to the championship.
Oh, man. No, I'm going to come up there. I had planned on it, man. We thought we was coming up there, and then the coronavirus hit, man. You know I was coming up there.
Yeah, okay, man. Love you, bro. I'm glad we had this conversation. You know I love your wife. That's my sister. And your baby. Y'all stay safe, brother. Yes. Okay? We going to play this song.
We'll do. Y'all stay safe as well.
Okay, we going to, this is Iman Shumpert. Give him a round of applause. We're going to play this song, Hello. We got Wayne Brady on the line. We're going to talk to our brother Wayne Brady up next. Shump, thanks for calling in, man.
Of course, dog. Thanks for having me. I'll see you soon.
Okay, man. Sway in the morning, Shade 4 or 5.